Okay, here's a wild thought for you. What if your friends were your most valuable asset? I'm serious, not your house, not your savings account, but your actual social circle. Today, we're going to dive into this strange and totally fascinating new economy that's being built on, of all things, the business of friendship.
Just let that sink in for a second. Imagine that. The things you own, they're not really the most valuable thing you have. Your people are. And that one simple idea, it is the absolute key to understanding this huge shift that's happening right under our noses in our economy. And, yeah, even in our relationships.
All right, so let's dig into that. What is the true value of a circle? What's the hidden potential just sitting right there in our personal networks?
Now really, think about it. What if all the support, all the trust, the shared knowledge that you have within your group of friends or colleagues, what if that held more real potential than anything else you own? It's a radical way to reframe what it means to be wealthy.
And here's why this is blowing up right now. We are more connected online than at any point in human history. But guess what? Loneliness is at an all-time high. It's kind of crazy. There's this fundamental human need that just isn't being met, and that's created a massive gap in the market of modern life.
So how in the world do you solve a problem as big as disconnection? Well, a really unexpected solution is starting to pop up: friendship as a service. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a new model that basically puts a price on belonging.
And this is the idea at its core: subscription communities. Now, let's be super clear. This isn't about renting a friend or something transactional like that. Not at all. It's about paying to join an intentional, curated community. You're buying into a space that's specifically designed for real connection and helping each other grow.
Think about how different this is. On one side, you've got regular social media. It's like a giant noisy room where everyone is shouting, trying to chase followers. And on the other side, you have these communities. They're like small, curated, private islands. The goal isn't to shout the loudest. It's to actually build a real sense of belonging in a place that feels safe and has a clear purpose.
So what do these groups actually do? What do they look like? Let's go from this abstract idea to some very real, concrete examples of what these purposeful tribes are all about.
And the range is just incredible. I mean, communities are popping up for almost anything you can think of. You've got groups for accountability, for single parents trying to navigate life together. There are groups for crypto beginners who just want to figure it all out, and fitness newbies who are cheering each other on. You've got circles for young hustlers and entrepreneurs, and some are built just for emotional support. The common thread? It's always a shared goal or a shared identity.
And that right there, that gets to the ultimate selling point. It's not really about the content, it's about fulfilling this incredibly deep human need to feel seen, to feel heard, and to be supported by people who just get it.
Fulfilling that need is powerful for sure. But you might be sitting there wondering, how does this actually work as a business? Well, you're probably going to be surprised by how simple and how accessible the whole economic model is. Get this, the barrier to entry for most people is incredibly low. We're talking about $10 a month, the price of a couple of coffees. But that small fee, it does something magical. It transforms a casual group chat into an intentional community where everyone is, quite literally, invested in making it great.
Let's just look at the simple math. You don't need 1 million followers here, not even close. With just 80 people paying that $10 a month, you've created a tiny microeconomy that's generating $800 every single month. This completely flips the old internet model on its head. Success isn't about millions of shallow views anymore. It's about dozens of deep, meaningful connections that create real, sustainable value. So, this is the really crucial point. That $10 isn't for a password to some website. It's an investment. It's an investment in a network that might help you find a job, a support system that listens without judging, and, honestly, a sense of family in a world that can feel pretty isolating. But here's where the story takes a really important turn, because this whole model only works if the motivation behind it is real. It's not about the money, it's about something way more valuable. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? A community that's only built to make a quick buck is going to fail. It's hollow. But a community built to genuinely help people, to fulfill a real purpose, that's the one that's going to last. Authenticity is literally everything.
Because the real currency in this whole economy isn't cash, it's trust. Trust is the foundation. The more honest, the more real, the more helpful the interactions are, the more value that community provides, and the stronger and more resilient it becomes. It's that simple.
So let's zoom out for a second and just think about what all of this means for our ideas about wealth, about success, and, what it actually means to be rich in the 21st century.
This is the big, provocative takeaway. The nature of money is changing, business is changing, and now our most basic human connection, friendship, is evolving into a structured, scalable asset. Not by exploiting it, but by building intentional communities around it.
And that leaves us with this one last question to just chew on. If your circle really is your most valuable asset, then maybe, just maybe, the truly wealthiest people in the world aren't the ones with the most money in the bank. Maybe they're the ones who have built the most meaningful, supportive circles. So, what's the value of yours?